Hello and welcome to today's programme, and I have a new gadget, boys and girls. You know how excited I get when I have a new gadget. Now, if you're watching the show, close your eyes for a moment, okay? I don't want any cheating, all right? Because if you're watching, you will be at an unfair disadvantage. You will. Close eyes. Promise me you're going to close your eyes now, okay? Right, you ready? Because it's not fair that you should have an advantage over listeners. Ready? Close eyes. Here we go. Can you guess what this is? Right, hang on. Any idea? No, don't look. No peeking. No peeking. Listen. Right, let me see if... right, this is when it's... This noise, okay, is when it's not doing anything, right? I'm now going to get it to do something. Right, you ready? Can you hear that or not? Does it make a difference? Any idea? Another clue. No peeking. Listen. Can you hear? Listen carefully. Listen. No? Any idea what that is? We don't want any rude comments, please. I should now reveal it to you. I have purchased at a very, very reasonable place from one of my favourite supermarkets, Asda. 100 marks to Asda. A nose trimmer. No, it doesn't make your nose smaller. I know I have a very large nose, boys and girls. A very large nose, yes. It's massive. Absolutely massive. You've never seen a nose like it in your life, I tell you. An automatic nose hair trimmer. And you just shove it up your nose and you remove all your little hairs from your nose. Not only does it work on your nose, blow the hairs away, and it works on your ear holes as well. If you've got any of those, come on, chaps, those of us of advancing years have a problem with hairs growing out of our noses and our ears, haven't we? We have. Well, this little gadget will sort it all out. I went into Asda with my friend Jason, you know, the one who had the hip replacement, and it was him who says, oh dear, because, you know, Jason, my friend Jason, who's in Brighton, here in the UK, on the coast, he likes to point out if he sees anything wrong with anything. Oh, he's one of the, you know what I mean? He's one of those, dear, I'm afraid. Oh, you're losing your hair. Oh, this. Oh, that. You know, he's one of those people that likes to point out your faults. He does. And I was round his house the other day, visiting him, at the kindness of my heart, going to visit people, and he starts going on about the hairs growing out my ears. Terrible, isn't it? So, we went to Asda, and I purchased one of these hair clippers, £2.99. I mean, you can't go wrong, can you? You know, if you're into gadgets and you don't like spending money, like me, boys and girls, then you want one of these, an automatic or a nose hair trimmer from Asda, £2.99. What a bargain. I nearly bought 10 of them. But unfortunately, I've only got one pair of hands that I can do clippings at a time. So I just bought one. Asda, £2.99, nose trimmer, nose and ear hair trimmer. It doesn't actually say ears on there, but it works just as well on the ears. And no more hairs. I mean, it was like there was a carpet growing out of my ear holes. It really was, dear. What's all that about? There's my advice to you. Now, good news at Sainsbury's, the supermarket just up the road there. You remember the mouldy cheese incident? Well, I took my bag of grated cheese up there, which was still 3 weeks within date, boys and girls, and was starting to go mouldy. Unfortunately, I didn't notice this until I sprinkled the cheese on my beans on toast one day. You know, sometimes you don't really look what you're eating. I sort of cut off a bit and put it in my mouth. I know that taste. And it's like a bleachy taste, isn't it? And I looked down, and there was green cheese, dear, on my beans on toast. And I was about to put it in my mouth. I could have become very ill and died. But would you care? Probably not. Probably not. There'd be someone else waiting to fill my shoes here at United Kingdom Talk. There really would. So I took the cheese back up to Sainsbury's the next day. And I will say, with Sainsbury's, it's not my favourite of supermarkets. I don't know why. I'm just not keen on it up there. It was my mum's favourite supermarket, Sainsbury's, here in the UK. I'm not keen on it, but it's the nearest one up the road, so that's why I use it. And never, ever had a problem changing goods up there, ever. Whenever I've not been happy with something or something doesn't seem to be quite right, I've taken it up to their customer services desk and they have always given me a refund. Not only do they give you a refund, and they're not credit cards or anything like this, they give you cash back. Okay, so you take your item up there and, of course, I've said before, I said, I don't want cash back, I just want another item. No, please take the cash and you can go and buy it again. That's fine. Really good. So I took the cheese up there. She took one look at it. She said, oh, it does smell a bit funny. Yeah, I'll give you your money back. And there, that was it. Sorted. So full marks to Sainsbury's there for customer services. They've certainly got that one. Right, I'm going to go straight on to some emails here because they've kind of been building up a little bit now since I said no one was writing, and then everyone writes. Oh, well, how kind and lovely are you sometimes? Not always. Sometimes. But just a quick mention, don't forget there will be a live show. I'm going to do a live show, audio and video, so you'll be able to see exactly what's going on, and that will be coming from the Mirable studio next door, okay? A live show on Monday the 7th of December 2009. Now, I mentioned the year because once these shows are done and put up online, they seem to be around forever. I mean, someone could be watching this in 1,000 years' time. And this is very much how we all lived in 2009. Everyone sat in armchairs, looking at cameras, talking into a microphone about nothing, really. This is how we all lived. That's a frightening thought, isn't it? People in 1,000 years' time could be watching this show where people really like Chris Reardon in 2009. Yes, everyone looked and sounded like me. Aren't they lucky? They really are. Anyway, there will be a live show and you will be able to join in by Skype, email and possibly telephone as well. I haven't decided if I can... I do have the telephone set up, but I need another number. I don't have a phone-in number. I have my home number, but I don't have a phone-in number. So you will be able to join in by those methods on Monday the 7th of December 2009 at 6 p.m. UK time, and we're at the moment on GMT, all right, 6 p.m. GMT. And to find that, it's very easy. I've now, in the last show, I mentioned exactly where it was, but I've put the regular United Kingdom Talk address. You will be able to find it there, right? Go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, all right? Main United Kingdom Talk web address, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. In the top, just near the top left-hand corner, you will see Chris Reardon Listen Live, and there's a picture of me. And just, if you click on there, any time sort of before the 7th of December at 6 o'clock, you will be able to watch and listen to the show live and join in live as well. I'm very much looking forward to being able to speak to you via the Skype or the telephone live. Of course, I can only speak to one person at a time. I don't know how it will go. It might be that so many people try and Skype in that it gets very confused and complicated, or it might be that no one Skypes or telephones in. I have no idea how that's going to go. Okay, so please, it would be lovely to speak to you and talk to you live by going to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk on Monday the 7th of December at 6 p.m. UK time. All right? I'll mention it again, hopefully at the end of the show, if I remember. You know what my mind says. Mind like a sieve, dear. Mind like a sieve. Now, meantime, for this regular show you want to join in, the email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Okie dokie. On we go to the emails. First of all, this one arrives via Facebook. Christopher Sheriff. I can't quite say. Christopher Allen Sheriff. S-C-H-E-R-F-F. Sheriff. I hope I'm saying that right, Chris. Hello, Chris. I'm a long-time friend of motorized Millie. I also use a motorized wheelchair and have done all my life. Well, you have to be motorized Chris. Or do you prefer to be called Christopher? Because you may, if you were watching a show a couple of shows ago, you may have noticed we had the Mayor of Lambeth on the show, and his name is Christopher. He doesn't like being called Chris. It's Christopher. So you are motorised Christopher. I recently discovered your podcast and enjoy it thoroughly. Would love the chance to chat sometime. Warmest regards from Christopher. And he sends a little photo of himself in his chair. And I notice there's a little microphone attached to your face. Is that surgically implanted? It looks like it's hanging from your ear. I suppose in years to come, Christopher, so I suppose we'll have implants, won't we? You know, as we're walking around with mobile phones and things, I bet they'll be able to implant something into your head or your body somewhere, where maybe you just, you know, you give a wink, give a quick wink, and then that answers your phone, and then you just start talking. I wonder if in years to come we'll actually have to use our mouth to talk through the phone, right? If it's surgically implanted into your head, will you be able to talk to the other person at the end of the phone by mind waves? You know, you wouldn't actually need to move your mouth or anything coming out your mouth. You'd be able to think what you want to say, and it would just be transmitted to the other person listening. You'd have to be very careful with your thoughts, wouldn't you? I mean, God knows what some people are thinking about when they're watching this programme or listening to this show. Eh? Let me try and send you a thought now and see if you can guess what I'm thinking. Are you ready? Here comes my thought. Now, come on, come on. You've got to tune into my mind now. Here comes my thought. I'm going to send you a thought and see if you can guess what it is. And I will tell you afterwards. Right, here comes my thought, okay? Ready? Here it comes. Are you concentrating? Come on, concentrate now. Sending my thought to you. What am I thinking about? Any idea? Right, come on then. What do you think I was thinking about? Any idea? Did anyone guess chocolate? Did anyone guess chocolate then? If you did, then our minds are strangely mentally connected. Anyone guess chocolate? You didn't, did you? Blimmin' useless. Absolutely useless. Thank you, Christopher. Nice to hear from you. Keep in contact, Christopher. What do you do with your time? Are you working at all? Or anything? What do you do with your time, Christopher? Be part of the happy family of United Kingdom Talk. Let us know. My email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Hello to Yvonne. Hello, Yvonne, my darling. Dear Chris, just caught up with one of your shows a couple of weeks ago on Saturday, and I love the part where you started presenting the show bending over. So nice of you to show us your best side to the camera like you've never looked lovely. Oh, thank you very much. Would you like another little look at my bum today? Those of you watching, just a minute, there we are. I've got different jeans on today, so it might look a bit different. Now, I'm now standing on my settee, looking through my legs at you. All right? Shall I read the rest of your email like this, Yvonne? Because you quite like it, don't you? You're right about the silly hats, Yvonne says. Those pigtail hats are still in the shops. Once upon a time... Are you still there? Good. Once upon a time, a hat was... Oh, I can't do this. All the blood's rushing to my head. Oh, dear. I've got my G-Star jeans on today, Yvonne. £90 they cost. I only bought these... when Suko came, Suko from New York came to the UK for a short holiday. I think it was in June now. And she took me to the theatre with her family, with her husband and little girl Jade. And I thought, oh, I better buy something nice, because I only had tracksuit bottoms. For the last 3 or 4 years, I've been in tracksuit bottoms. And the real reason that I used to wear tracksuit bottoms all the time was because a couple of years ago, I put on a bit of weight, right? And I thought, well, I don't want to go up a size in jeans because I'd rather you lose the weight. So I'll buy some cheap tracksuit bottoms for now until I lose the weight. Well, I never did. Unfortunately, I never lost the weight. So in the end, I gave it, and when Suko came over, and I spent 90 quid on these jeans, and I was so comfortable back in a pair of jeans that I thought, blow it. And I went out and bought 3 or 4 more pairs. Not at £90, may I add, from Burton's and Asda for look, £10 and £20. But these are the expensive ones that I'm wearing, especially for you today, Yvonne, so that my bum looks even nicer in those than they did in those last ones. I actually put on a picture on the Facebook of me in that position, and my niece, my lovely niece, 21 years old, the one who lives with her boyfriend, okay, in Woodhall Spa in Lincolnshire, she sent me a message saying, your bum looks really big like that, so I had to take it off quickly. How rude is she? Well, I shall remember that at Christmas time, lovies. Don't you worry about that. When Christmas time comes around, Chris Reardon will remember that nasty, evil comment that my so-called loving niece made to me. Evil woman she is. Yvonne says, you're right about the silly hats. Those pigtail hats are still in the shops. Once upon a time, a hat was, as you said, a way of keeping your head warm. Especially my head with the thinning hair. It never used to be a compulsory look to look ridiculous at the same time, whatever's going on. I know. They don't. This is the thing. The people wearing these stupid hats with the pigtails and the other one with the bit that hangs down the back, I just don't think they realise how stupid they look. People are pointing and laughing. Don't wear them, dear. As for the comment made by John in London, talking about this coming into a saga, well, I'm about to into a saga. Saga is an organisation here in the UK for elderly people. Yvonne says, well, I'm about to qualify for membership. My birthday is on the 3rd of December. Oh, hang on, is that today? Is that today? No, it's not, is it? Oh, that was a couple of days ago, Yvonne. And I will hit the big 50. I can't believe it, Chris. I still feel like a teenager. But do you think I can find one? Stop that now. Stop that, Yvonne. You're not looking for a toy boy, are you? You naughty lady. You'll find one. And I'll tell you why you'll find one, Yvonne. Because I work, as I say, as a DJ in a lot of clubs, right? At the beginning of the night, really gorgeous, fit lads go around and chat up all the pretty girls who give the lads a really hard time. I've watched it with my own eyes, dear. Time and time I go, would you like to buy, or can I buy you a drink, or something like that? And the girls just stand there and laugh at them, right? If by the end of the night they still haven't pulled, they do tend to move up the scale in age, right? And I have a feeling, Yvonne, if you came to one of my nights out, by the end of the night, I could sort you out with some fit lad. Now, he may not want to marry you. He may not even want to see you again. But for that particular night, he'll take you home and... onwards. On with this now. Onwards. Sorry, Yvonne, I'm getting quite carried away and excited there. For some reason, it never happens for me, though. If at the end of the night, these younger lads, sort of 25 to 30, haven't pulled... they don't come over to me. I don't know why that is, lovey. Is there something hideous about me that I'm unaware of? There must be something hideous about me, Yvonne. And you're not old, 50. As it's your birthday, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Yvonne. Happy birthday to you. I'm only 4 years behind you, don't worry, girl. 4 years, dear. I'm 46. Love the show as always. You always make me smile. I was in a lot of pain today, and the show was a real tonic. Best wishes, Yvonne. Well, I mean, you talk about being in pain there, Yvonne. You've got a long-standing condition. Yvonne says it's there all the time, but some days are very much worse than others, and yesterday was especially bad. Oh, I'm sorry about that, my love. Mind you, some people pay to be in pain. I knew this dominatrix once, and she used to... Oh, no, we don't want to go there, I suppose. We really shouldn't go there. No, it's not that sort of show. It's a family programme, Yvonne. It really is. Yvonne also says, hope Kate... Stop it! I'm getting quite carried away today. Yvonne also says, I hope Katie doesn't mind you talking about wearing dead cats on your head. That furry hat suits you. I should have brought that up today. I haven't got it up here. Where's my furry hat? It's downstairs. By the way, Millie dared me to say something about your turning up for the show unfastened, but I said I wouldn't even mention it. Oh, did you see that a couple of shows ago? I didn't have my zip done up. I nearly exposed myself for the entire world to see. Where will it all end? We can't have people watching me like that, half naked in the studio. Thank you, Yvonne. Quick one here from Suko. Now, I think she sent this to me accidentally. It says, Dear James, she's writing, of course, to James from matineeshow.co.uk, another fellow podcaster. Hi James, great news. I got the party house in London for 3 weeks in January. Let Madam Aries, Seb, Nathan, Scott, Nikki and the rest of the gang know. I'll order a couple of kegs. And how much does a chocolate fountain sound? How does a chocolate fountain sound? And that's from Suko. And I read this and I thought, hang on a minute. I'm going away for 3 weeks in January to Australia. She don't think she's going to sneak in here, does she? Huh? And then another email arrived to me. Dear Chris, I accidentally addressed the previous email to me. It was supposed to go to James. Please, please do not read it. All right, Suko, we won't read that one. We won't read that one. Suko's trying to get hold of my house. They're all trying to get in here, dear. This studio, the Britannia studio and the Mirable studio next door are more popular now on the UK tourism circuit than Buckingham Palace. They really are, dude. They're queuing up to get in here, dear. Queuing up. Queuing up. You know why? Because it's free. I ought to charge £1 or something to visit. Do you know, I've got an itchy nose ever since I started cutting it with this, with my new my new nose hair clipper. I've got an itchy nose now. Oh, God, it's driving me mad. Hello to Mark Simmons. Now, Mark, I have to tell you, I used to work with him in that place I worked at in Camden Town. Do you remember the Black Cap? I told you that's the one I left in November 2007. 2007, after 18 years, and as a going away present, the assistant manager bought me a box of biscuits. 18 years service, and all I got was a box of biscuits, which I have had personally framed. I got someone to, well, Justin, my friend Justin, framed it for me, and we put it in a box of biscuits, dear. And they're still downstairs. I haven't seen that, have you, Mark? Oh, I wish I had it up here. I'll try and remember that for the next show. And Mark writes, Hi Chris, it's Mark from Facebook. Just wanted to add a bit about the seats and flights from Tuesday's show a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we're talking about business class seats and economy seats in planes and all that. And you know I've saved up again for the business class seat to Australia. It's nothing to do with class or anything like that, but it's a long journey and it's awful sitting in the back of that plane. And if you can save up to buy the dearer tickets, then I thoroughly recommend it. And Mark says, as you know, I'm a tall guy, 6'3". Oh, I know you're a tall guy, Mark. What you don't know is that I always fancied you. There you are. You see, I'm a lot more brave when I'm sitting here on my own in the street. It's very difficult to say something to your face. I find that very difficult, talking to someone face to face, close up. There we are. I know you're 6'3". I looked at every inch of you when you were working behind that bar. Believe me, that, Mark. All those years ago. It was about 10 years ago, even longer maybe. Anyway, he says, as you know, I'm a tall guy, 6'3", and I pay for the extra leg room on flights and have done to Brazil and to India as both long haul, and I would go absolutely. Yeah, I so recommend if you're going on a long flight, anything more than, oh, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours, I would pay the extra. Loving the show, it makes me laugh. Here's a topic for your friends who have got better looking with age. Who? Who's got better looking with age? Oh, you must be talking about me. Well, I know that. I know that. Oh, you're talking about yourself, are you? Well, I did sort of have a little look at your Facebook photos. I mean, they're okay, you know. I mean, they're okay. My number will be coming to you on the Facebook message. Don't worry about that. Please use it. Thank you, Mark. Quick one here from Donna Dillon. That's a funny name, isn't it? Donna Dillon. I love it. Donna Dillon, who's a friend of mine, a friend of a friend sort of thing, who's just started in watching us and listening to us here on United Kingdom Talk. And Donna, I watched a few of your shows. You're brill. Thank you, Donna. I think so too, lovey. She says, you sound like Bruce Forsyth. Don't faint. Do I, my loves? Do you know, you're not the first person to say that. A lot of people say I sound like Bruce Forsyth. I tell you what, if I just had 1% of his talent, I'd be happy. What a talented man, Bruce Forsyth, don't you think? What a fantastically talented man he is. I mean, he really is. God, he can just do everything, can't he? Love him. Thank you, Donna. How are we doing on time here? Let me see. Ooh, nearly running out of time here again, aren't we? Let's see how far we get with this one. Our friend Brenda. Hello, Chris. This is Brenda from Lancaster. I always like the way you start your emails, Brenda, where you mention where you're from, because actually my mind's a little bit... when it comes to remembering where people are, it's always nice for people to start sort of where they are, because often I remember, I mean, after a while, I will remember, like, I always know Suko's in New York, Joe is in Tennessee, Ross is in Norwich, and I will now probably remember that it's Brenda in Lancaster. I hope this email finds you well. Autumn is definitely upon us, and the weather is getting cooler, as it is today, actually, here in the UK. On the last show, of course, we were in the garden, but today the temperature's dropped a bit. I find it hard to believe that Christmas is almost here. Yeah, I mean, we're into... well, I'm Catholic, so we're into Advent now. That's a particular time of year where it's like 4 weeks to Christmas, or is it 3 now? I think it's 3 weeks to Christmas now, isn't it? We're in Advent here in the Catholic calendar. Where has the year gone? I'm hoping that we do not have a harsh winter this year. Well, we haven't done so far here, Brenda. I have to say it's been particularly nice, November. It really has. My heating still has not gone on. Brilliant, isn't it? No heating yet. I love the idea of doing a live show. I think the interaction with listeners could be very entertaining. Yes, and as I said right at the beginning of the show, I will be trying out a live show on Monday the 7th of December at 6 p.m. UK time. That's 6 p.m. GMT. And find that by going to the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Near the top left-hand corner, you'll see a little box with a picture of me on it that says, Chris Reardon, listen live. Click on there on that particular day, or just before, you know, just before the time, a little bit before the time. You'll hear music until I come on. And then I should appear in front of you at that time. So once again, Monday, the 7th of December at 6 p.m. UK time. Join in by Skype, email, anything like that. By the way, my Skype name, if you've got Skype, it's all one word, Chris Reardon. CHRISREARDON. All right, Chris Reardon. I think that's it anyway. I better double check that, hadn't I? But no, I'll let you know on the day. Once again, live show, Monday the 7th of December, 6 p.m. Go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Top left-hand corner, click on Listen Live, OK? I agree with you about miserable store clerks. Yeah, we're talking about people in shops who are just so miserable, some of them. I'm not sure why they bother to show up at work at all. I wonder if they have any joy in their lives. Do you know, that's why I think, Brenda, I'm going to have to leave your email here and continue it in the next show. But I think that's why me and you are here, Brenda. To go into shops and to give a little bit of happiness into these people's lives who work in shops. We should go in there and when they're miserable say, hello, my name's Brenda, give us a smile, darling, mwah, and see what happens. Try it. Time for me to go, boys and girls. My email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye-bye.